trolls come in and they fucking weasel their way into our lives to pretend that they're our friends, but they're not. They're not really our friends. True friends will listen openly to the other friend, take criticism and all that, and understand it or ask questions or whatnot. True friends don't lie to each other. True friends are open about, their feelings and all that. True friends give each other the space to talk and the time to listen. They don't just sit there and expect you to listen to them 24/7 about their problems 24/7, and anytime you have a tiny bit to say that's good about your life, they don't want to hear it. That's not a friend. And that's when I realized the situation I'm in. And it's like, yeah, okay. I was right a couple months ago, because a couple months ago, like I said, I went through this. I blocked them all. They weaseled their way back. I'm not fucking part of any of this shit. I don't want it. I'm out. I'm out. I don't want no part of these people. I don't want nothing to do with it. I guess they don't realize that we see, I don't know, I think TikTok purposely shows me stuff just so I can see the betrayal. And I'm glad it does. I'm glad it does. Because like I said, my strongest times have always been alone. My weakest times have always been with groups, because groups can influence you into thinking away. They can influence you by speaking poison into your ear about other people. They can influence you in many ways. Whereas when I stand alone, the only person influencing me is me. So I am fully responsible for everything I do. You know what I mean? Also, with these groups, they expect you to behave the way they expect you to behave. And if you don't behave the way they expect you to, they shun you in different ways. They might not address you when you talk in the group. They might just fucking ghost you in the group so that you feel like, and every time you have something funny to say, they're going to mute so you don't hear them laughing. Like, there's little head games. And I don't want to be part of that. I think it's retarded. It's stupid. I don't want no part of it. I'd rather just walk alone. I like this better. I like this way better. Look, I'm not being silenced. Nobody's muting me every 5 seconds. I can actually get my thoughts out. Whereas in these group ones, the second I have a thought, well, it doesn't go with what somebody else in the group is thinking, so they're going to silence me. Get fucked. As soon as I had that phone call telling me about the fact that I'm a conspiracy theorist and I need to stop talking about stratospheric aerosol injections and shit, I was like, you're done. You're all done. I don't want no part of you people. This is literally what I've talked about for 4 years. This is everything I've studied. And you're going to tell me not to talk about it because when people don't like it. Then I'm not for you. You're not my people. You made it clear. Yesterday's live made it quite clear you are not my people. None of you are. You are not my people. My people wouldn't do that to each other. So, yeah, and this is why people become loners. This is why people walk the path alone, and this is why you're more awakened, because you don't have the outside influence. You have your God influence, you have your internal influence, you have yourself, you have the energies that be. Humans can really demonize, not demonize, that's the wrong word. Humans can really deceive people into believing shit. I don't know where I'm going with that. I need more coffee. Yeah, look, my life makes me happy. How I have my dogs, my cats, my forest, and that makes me happy. But the reason why I started talking about these chemtrails and all that crap is because I've seen in the last 3 years so much of the forest getting sick, falling and deadfall, the fires, and all of this. And then there's Elon Musk with his freaking silver shiny chainsaw, revving it on stage. He had told everybody, enjoy nature while you can, because it was already pre-planned to fucking deforest the shit out of every fucking park. It was written in Biden's. I tried to talk about this before the election even happened. My so-called friends were supposed to host a live so I could get my voice out to the Americans. And they never did. Instead, they hosted drama hot lives, and they kept playing in the drama. They never hosted the live. I got all my information together. I got the documents that say the Biden-Harris administration and the mineral changes, and the fact that the Biden administration had already talked about turning the national parks and stuff into deforestation, you know what I mean, lumber mills. But nobody wanted to give me the platform to speak on it, and when I finally did get platforms to speak on it, what was I? Oh, Kat's not right now. We were just discussing this. You're interrupting. That's what I always get. Even when you're on the topic I'm supposed to talk about. And I'm supposed to sit there and be like, okay, you're my best friend. Hey, bestie. Get fucked. You will never hear the words love from me to anyone on this app ever again. I don't support anybody on this app. I want that to be very clear. I don't support either side. I don't support either group. And I want to make that very clear. I am walking this path alone. I don't want no friendships. They're nothing but trouble. Frick, for 40 plus years, I've been by myself, and that is my happiest times. I'm not a social butterfly that way. I don't want to hear what, your other friend said about your other friend that made you feel some sort of way. I don't care. I don't. That's not the kind of friendship. I didn't even want a friendship. Like I said, I just wanted to get some information. You weaseled your way into me by saying, I need your help. You have so much good information. I want to get that information out. And then you twisted it into drama. And that's where my life went. Totally derailed my purpose. Go do your stupid foot fetish videos. Get your fucking money. Leave me the fuck alone. That's what I say to them. Like the support that I had given, I wish I could take all that money back. I wish I could take every donation back. I wish I could take it all back. Like, I wish I could. I wish I could take every single thing I sent out to anyone. All the candles, all the fucking information, all the fucking money, everything. I wish I could take it back. The only thing I don't wish I could take back from is where I donated to the kids. They got toys for Christmas, and that's all that fucking matters. You know? My life path has shown me I can't trust humanity. That has always been my life path. Ever since a baby. When I was a baby, when I was growing up, I was an insurance policy. And I was a disappointment because I didn't die and get them the money they wanted. Okay? I had a fucked up life. I had parents that beat each other, that like fucking drug a stepfather who loved Hitler and would drag my mother around the house by her hair. A mother who would smash all the dishes in the house at the father's head. As a running joke, our neighbors would bring dishes to our house because there would always be broken frickin' dishes on their parties. They partied almost like every fucking night, it seemed. They almost lost their entire livelihood to bankruptcies and shit from gambling in the stock market. They loved their alcohol. There's a lot of shit growing up that people to this day would say child abuse. But you know what? Social services won't come take you if they think that one of the parents is violent or is a threat. In which case, my case. Because he was violent, he had a criminal fucking record. He broke my aunt's jaw and nose. He's like doing a lot of fucked up shit. And, yeah. But anyways, that's besides the point. I grew up in a very non-loving, very restrictive, very hardcore home. So, I don't know if it's my upbringing the way I am or what, but this is how I am. And I'm very firm with my boundaries. Because I've always learned that those who loved me most were the ones who fucked me over the most. That was my life. Still is. Still is. So, well, no, I shouldn't say that. My husband. But I'm not going to go about that. That's nobody's business. So, he's good. But I'm talking about my blood family. None of them. I don't even think they're my blood family. There's too many secrets. Nothing matches up. So... But it is what it is. And like I've had broken bones since a toddler and growing up. Multiple broken bones. I'm pretty sure that's why my body has learned how to heal so fast. The scars, I have more scars than I have clear skin. They're little scars, but they're all over. I have, what else? I'm just trying to think, like there's so fucking much. But yeah, so I also grew up like when I was underweight as a child. And I was still called a big fat pig. Oh, why don't you shovel more food in your mouth, you big fat pig? That kind of crap. That's what I grew up with. That was my life. So, hate on me all you want. This is why I am the way I am, and this is why I'm so protective over myself. Because I have been fucked over since birth. Or some people say cursed since birth. What have you. And I think that's why the energies that be have grown so fond of me. Because rather than create a partnership with humanity, I've created a partnership with the energies that be. And I call them the energies that be because they are not all the same. And they don't deserve a name that has been, slandered and changed and corrupted over history. The names that we choose to use for some of these gods and goddesses, we have no idea if they're accurate, and so I call them the energies that be. And these whatever they are, seem to allow me to influence life. Somehow, when I put my will out there, it happens. But unfortunately, it seems darker. It seems like it picks up on the darker stuff. So, this is why I don't make friendships, because if somebody betrays me, then it seems like horrible stuff happens, storms happen, all kinds of weird, fucked up shit happens. And it's just best if I'm a lone wolf. It's best if I walk alone. That being said, I have to end this. Goodbye, everyone.